What up, everybody? Well, real quickly, I'm going to do a quick unboxing because something came in. See my red. And before I can enjoy going where I'm going, need to get this over with. And I'm so glad it came in. Went and checked the mail. And just as I was going to check the mail, I literally met the mail carrier and received a package containing this in my arms. What's inside? Something I was made an offer on. A very special doll made in Germany, somewhat on the 1/6 scale. It'll go nicely with my kid cores. So, I'm not ordering another thing. Not another thing. Because I need to go somewhere that I go. And I need to straighten up. But what I want to talk about in this video is how God literally talks to me. And I hope I don't get emotional. I was having kind of a crap day. I was worried because the garbage, it used to pass at 5 in the morning. Why they've decided that 2 in the afternoon is a better alternative, I don't know. Maybe because it's cold. Maybe because they're idiots. Don't know. But the garbage hadn't passed. So on that sunny, beautiful, cool day, I was very despondent, very distraught. As always, about the garbage not passing. Why they don't think they have to pass, I don't know. But I don't like it. So, we go to the store, run a few errands, come back. Lo and behold, the garbage is passed. I was so happy I was able to wheel it in about 2 in the afternoon. Well, so I was still distraught and hadn't got the groceries out the truck and all that. But then I saw on the ground something that caught my eye. Couldn't figure out how or when it got there or why it was still intact. If it was beneath the wheel of my dad's truck. But I saw this little eraser that I want to keep for life. Because this is a sign. This is a sign. And like I said, I hope I don't get emotional. But that's what I mean by, God talks to me in unexplainable ways. I mean, if I sat and listed every single instance where it was like there was no other explanation, but God put something there, or God wanted me to see that. No other explanation for this. So I kept him in my pocket. This little tiny 1-inch Jesus. Kept him in my pocket. Still a little bit distraught because my package was out for delivery as of 6 in the morning. Been out for delivery by that point about 8 hours. Becoming very distraught, though I knew it would probably come by the time the sun went down, by sunset. By 5 or 6. Never know. Anywhere from noon to 6 or 7 is possible. Though 3 in the afternoon is most likely. Lo and behold, here I was all distraught, all despondent. Woe is me. In the morning it was woe is me. The garbage hadn't passed and, my package is probably going to take forever. Now it's just woe is me. My package ain't come in. Lo and behold, I lift up my eyes with this in my pocket. Lift up my eyes. And right down the street is the white box that we all know to be the mail truck. All too familiar truck. U.S. mail. Right down the street, putting mail in a mailbox. So, I stood there, postponed getting the groceries out of the truck, the rest of the groceries out of the truck. Already got the cold stuff out. Lo and behold. So keep in mind, this is in my pocket the whole time. So, I stand there by my mailbox and receive in my arm the package, which I'll only show the back. The package that was scanned covering this. And so I was able to receive it. So the last tracking update, rather than delivered in mailbox, it's delivered left with individual. And this is what it is. Precious little made in Germany, German boy. On roughly the 1/6 scale. Roughly. So his head's a little big. So, just in time. Just in time. Perfect timing. No more ordering. Just in time. So that I get to see him. And he's got glassy eyes, which I didn't realize. I thought they were painted on. So he's got like 3D eyes. See, they make stuff better in Germany. Blonde hair, blue eyes. Just like a certain boogeyman's favorite type of person in Germany. So, there's my little boy. And there's my little girl. Just an example of a little girl to prove that he's on the 1/6 scale. So, come in the house, put down the package, put this down, and that's what I mean. That's what I want to talk about. How I believe, as I've stated before, probably got a thumbs down. I believe God speaks to me. I believe that just when I'm sitting around despondent, thinking my life is at its worst, it'll never get better, there's no hope, it'll only go downhill. What am I doing? What am I thinking? Who am I becoming? I'm a monster. I'm weird. You know, I'm virginal and don't really do much of anything in life except order a necessary sheet of paper. Just when I get down in the dumps, I see a sign. Like the song, I see a sign. Or the woman vomits in that movie. So, found this. And, you know, I just have to believe that things happen for a reason. Was gonna make a much sillier video about puke scenes. Oh, that's my tablet. Was gonna make a sillier video about puke. And just continue discussing why I'm so certain, you know, that all these characters vomited. You know, and how I've seen real people do that time and time again. Oh, and I can't get enough of this Loopy thing. You know, converting her into 3D Life with Loopy. And the flu episode is one of my favorite because you get to hear both Larry and Loopy sneeze, which was better than Rugrats at that point. Angelica had never sneezed at that point. So, if I'd seen it at the time, I'd have probably been angry, because other crappier shows, less known shows, did better than the Rugrats in that regard. Having the antagonist girl sneeze. But, just when I think my life is just down the drain and only getting worse, the garbage will never pass, even though they always come, eventually. Mail will never pass, even though it's set out for delivery. They always come, eventually. This was here to remind me not to lose hope. And I feel like throughout my life, I have had countless stories like that. I have found cross necklaces in the parking lot. I have found pamphlets from churches. I have been just at the end of my rope, thinking that I wanted to end it all, when I looked up, and to my surprise, I saw a car of the same make and model as my own, which caused me to notice it. And on the back was a fish with the name Jesus in all caps. And I looked up at the sky, and on that cloudy day, there was a hole in the clouds and a few rays of sunshine. So, hope I don't get emotional, but that is a sign. That is a sign that, not to give up hope, and just because things aren't going my way today or at the moment, eventually things can turn around, like the Superman almost 2 years ago. Like so many things. Where I'd given up and I thought surely what I wanted to happen was never going to happen. Like when I quit watching Rugrats for, I want to say, my senior year, thinking, oh, Angelica will never get a cold. Like I wish she would. And so I gave up watching it, and guess when I discovered that there was an episode where she had a cold? During that senior year hiatus, after seeing All Grown Ugly and deciding never to watch them again. That's when my dream came true. Angelica gets a cold. Just like Loopy at the end of this episode. Now go ahead and post this video.
But I'm feeling better already.
How come Larry's so sick, Mom?
There's a flu bug going around, Loopy.
A flu bug? Like with 6 legs and big claws?
I wanted to tell Loopy that influenza, otherwise known as the flu, was just a microscopic virus. But all I could say was, achoo!
Don't worry, Snot Sausage. Nurse Loopy will beat up that bug for you. Achoo!
Achoo!
Don't worry, Snot Sausage. Nurse Loopy will beat up that bug for you. Achoo!
Achoo!